Good evening, everyone. Treasure Troller here. We're going to discuss Alone, Season 11, Episode 10. We're down here at Ludington at Stearns Park. Give you a little beach shot. A little bit nicer than the beach views we get on Alone. I really have some mixed emotions about almost Alone in general. I'm thinking this is the best season that there's been in a very, very long time. Could very well be the best season. For, you know, the Grouse Grabber 3000, the big game kill. I think most importantly is they're catching food, not just one person catching food. They're out there on day 64 fishing when some of them in previous seasons would be going into the Four Corner Starve. You know, these guys are actually out trying to get food, which makes it a great show. But it also kind of makes it kind of sad in a way. I mean, I know the producers want these personal stories involved, and as much as they like those personal stories, I don't think Alone is the type of show that's going to bring in people to watch because they want to hear about people that are out there for reasons other than competing. I don't think it's that type of show. So as much as the producers want this to be part of their equation of bringing people onto the show, I don't think it plays well to people just aren't going to watch the show for that. So that's one thing that kind of came out of the podcast with Callie, and we don't say anything bad about Callie here because Callie's our gal. But what I'm sitting here watching now, and maybe it's sort of the reflex of even some of, you know, my orphan factor. We have 3 people on there that are doing extremely well. But now, basically because they're getting food, we're just sort of watching these people go out of their mind. We're watching people make themselves crazy. And I have to wonder how healthy that is. Is it better to go to places without as much food to where they can get some medical tap outs, or people say, well, I'm just not getting food, I got to get out of here? Or is it better to have places where there's an abundance of food, they can catch 40-inch pike that'll last them for 4 or 5 days, so they have 4 or 5 more days to basically drive themselves mentally insane? I'm beginning to have I'm beginning to have some doubts about Alone. If this is really a healthy show all the way around. I hate to say that because I like the show, but damn. You're watching, you know, human beings in this element of the story thing is, I don't want to say a weakness, but it's sort of a factor that compels the producers to put them on the show. And it's something that they put, it must be, you know, you need to tell your story. Dub, you need to tell your story. Yeah, Timba, you need to tell the story. Yeah, William, you got to tell your story. You got to keep telling us about how, you know, your family. Keep telling us about whatever, your kid that needs the surgery. And I'm just wondering if this is really a healthy show. I hate to say it. I really do hate to say it. I'm beginning to have second thoughts. I'm beginning to question my liking Alone. The next thing is we got 3 left. We got 2 episodes left. 2 more people have to tap. I think Timba taps next. Yeah. They did show a little bit of the frostbite. I know Callie had a little bit of frostbite during her Frozen experience. It's not something that's going to entirely keep them out of the game. They'll be monitored more closely probably, but not going to keep them out of the game. I don't think Dub is in bad a shape as Tim. I think Dub is just kind of talking through the stuff. I don't think he necessarily feels that compelled to go home. I think he's more of trying to show other contestants what it's like, not necessarily the viewers. You know, oh, this thing is, what have you done to me Alone, and boy, this thing is real kind of thing. I think it's more, he's doing it more for the future contestants than he is for the viewers. We got to pause for a moment. Okay. Then we get William. And like I said, William just seems to be at peace with what's around him. He doesn't seem to be fighting anything. It's almost like this was just meant for him. I said at the very beginning, William was a dark horse. Yeah, he's from a very cold area. Timba, I always thought that was going to be his downfall, coming from Indiana. He hasn't really experienced cold like this. Dub has. Dub, lives up in northern Michigan, I found. I think he's up by Gaylord or Grayling area. So he knows what it's like he knows what it's like. I just think the cold and not really having a lot of time in the snow is going to affect Timba. William, everything just seems to he doesn't seem to fight anything. Doesn't complain about going gets tough, the tough gets going. Never heard that before. The harder you work, the luckier you get. That's a new one too. I'm hoping to hear Wherever You Go, There You Are. I'm hoping to hear that in the next episode. Wherever you go, there you are. Or if you get to the fork in the road, take it. Other than that, with William and his very harsh UP accent, he's got that Canadian, he's kind of got that Yooper accent there, eh? But he's a bit harder to understand. But I was around him enough to understand what William is saying. Thank God there's subtitles. No one to be able to understand. Very few viewers would be able to understand William if it wasn't for the subtitles. So with that, I think I'm going to end it with that. This was a very difficult vlog to do. I have to be honest with you. I did not enjoy doing this vlog. it's fun at the very beginning to put orphan factors on these guys and stuff like that. Some of their medical tap outs have been funny. And you know, at the beginning, it was nice to see contestants getting food, and still fighting to get food and not going into the four corner starve. But I don't know if I enjoy seeing people after about day 60 just mentally breaking down. I don't know if I like that. So this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.